Well, speaking of sports, I know the Final Four is this weekend, and our baseball team is playing very well.
That's right. Very exciting weekend in sports. With more, we bring it to Tommy Polson for this week's On Paper. Tommy?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, we are back with another edition of On Paper. I'm here with Orri Benatar, our news correspondent. You know, Orri, a big week in sports. What are we thinking?
Yeah, this is not my area of expertise, so we'll see how it goes. But a lot of stuff happening, especially on campus. Obviously, the big news around Illini football, Illini basketball, they're going to be selling beer.
Yeah, I actually was able to talk to a couple people from the DIA, learn a little bit more about their decision. Let's check out what they have to say. So they actually announced this on Tuesday. They will now be selling beer at both Illinois football and basketball games, as well as what actually they were mentioning. We could be seeing it as soon as this spring at baseball games. So they're waiting on some clearance for that. But the main attraction is that they will be selling beer at football and basketball games soon. Let's hear a little bit about what the DIA has to say about it. All right.
In the last couple of years, when we've asked what would enhance their game day or make them want to attend more games, having public access to beer was the number one option that they chose. So all of those combined kind of led to making the decision now.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Marty was saying that, well, the main kind of driven behind this goal was to try and get more people in the stands. Do you think this is going to have a good effect?
I think it can. I think it also really depends on how the teams do next year. Obviously, football have a lot of up-and-coming freshmen that can do well. Basketball, a lot of expectations for them. But a very interesting decision from the DIA to decide. I think we'll see with baseball if they do have the beer for the last, probably 3 home series, they said.
They were saying hopefully the last 4 series in April.
Right, maybe they'll try it at softball for, a series. But I think for football and basketball, this will help and definitely probably raise the experience for alumni.
So they were saying for next fall they will be bringing in softball, but softball itself, they have to get another thing passed, so that actually will not be a part of it until next year.
Okay.
But, yeah, no, interesting to see it coming back. And but yeah, kind of also another big thing in sports this weekend is the Final Four. Who are your picks this weekend? We got Texas Tech. I personally like Texas Tech a lot. Shout out Matt Mooney. But hey, what are you laughing at?
Well, the fact that Tommy literally knows a college athlete from every team and every sport. So that's an inside Illini Drive joke back in the days when we were doing radio. But yeah, very interesting mix of Final Four teams. Auburn and Texas Tech never been there before. UVA hasn't been there since '84. Michigan State won a national championship back in 2000. Last team in the Big Ten to win it all.
Michigan State is the only team in this Final Four that has actually won one before.
Right, because UVA has never won one despite them being a very historic program. Charles Barkley's going to be very excited for that game on Saturday. But just in terms of what's going to happen in the games, obviously Michigan State have been playing some great basketball, beating Duke. Huge boost for them. Cassius Winston is playing out of his mind. I think it'll be a Spartans-Cavaliers final. I think UVA will pull it off because I think defensively they'll be able to shut down Winston and Goins and McQuaid. But at the same time, looking at UVA offensively, they've improved a lot with Kyle Guy, Diakite, looking really good. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I got Texas Tech versus Auburn. Texas Tech taking the ship. Go Matt Mooney. Roll Dons. Let's wrap it up for today. This is all we got. Thank you so much for joining me, Orri. Stick to news next time, but you did okay.
I think I did fine.